In the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, Zendaya Coleman's life is a blur of exhaustion and sacrifice. She works 4 jobs: nurse assistant, call center rep, restaurant server, and night cleaner, barely surviving on coffee and sheer will. Her husband, Chris Evans, once the charming dreamer she adored, has fallen deep into debt after a string of failed business ventures. Believing love means loyalty, Zendaya shoulders the burden alone. Every dollar she earns disappears into bills and emergencies. But beneath her devotion, the cracks begin to show. Her body aches, her hope fades, and something inside her whispers that she's living a lie. One late night, Zendaya finally drags herself home after a 19-hour shift. Through the cracked bedroom door, she hears Chris laughing on speakerphone with his friends. His words freeze her blood. "I got it made. My wife's my personal slave." The men laugh as Chris brags about using her money to date another woman named Amber Heard, living a carefree life while Zendaya breaks her back. Her purse slips from her hand. Her world tilts. Every sleepless night, every sacrifice, every dream she buried, it all turns to ash in that moment. She realizes the man she loved doesn't see her as a partner, but as property. In the silent kitchen lit by a dim bulb, Zendaya stands trembling, surrounded by the life she paid for but never truly lived. The granite counters, the furniture, even the air feels poisoned by betrayal. As her heart shatters, clarity takes its place. She's done being used. She searches Chris's office and finds hidden credit card statements, jewelry receipts, and lavish hotel bills, all for Amber. With shaking hands, Zendaya photographs everything. It's the first time in years her exhaustion feels like power. The slave he mocked is gone. A new woman, a quiet storm, is rising. By dawn, Zendaya drafts an email to a divorce lawyer, Patricia Clarkson, recommended by her friend Sandra Bullock, a coworker at the hospital. At work, Sandra notices Zendaya's hollow eyes and weary voice and urges her to fight back. Patricia listens to Zendaya's story, then delivers a revelation. The debts aren't legally hers. The cards and loans are under Chris's name alone. Relief floods Zendaya's chest, followed by fury. Patricia gives her a step-by-step plan. Separate finances, document everything, and prepare to leave quietly. For the first time in years, Zendaya walks out of an office not as a victim, but as a woman plotting her freedom. Days turn into quiet acts of rebellion. Zendaya opens a new bank account in her name only, transfers what she can, and starts depositing her paychecks there. She moves through her house pretending nothing has changed, smiling at Chris over dinner as he unknowingly loses control of the woman he thought he owned. She begins therapy with Dr. Helen Mirren, who helps her name what she's been enduring: financial abuse. Each session rebuilds her confidence, piece by piece. She's still tired, still scared, but now, every dollar saved and every secret kept brings her closer to freedom. While cleaning Chris's car, Zendaya finds a hidden phone, a cheap Android buried in the glove compartment. Inside are texts, photos, and videos from Amber Heard, Chris's fun escape. In the images, Amber wears jewelry bought with Zendaya's money. The texts show Chris lying about being separated, mocking Zendaya's exhaustion, and bragging about his double life. Zendaya photographs everything and sends it to Patricia. That night, Chris hugs her as if nothing's wrong. She hugs him back, but her eyes are cold. Soon, he'll have nothing left to hug but his guilt. When Amber learns the truth, she texts Zendaya in panic. Zendaya replies only once: "We're still married." You're welcome to him. Days later, Chris confronts Zendaya, furious that she closed their joint account. Calmly, she reveals she knows everything: the affairs, the debts, the lies. His face pales when she says, "I heard you call me your slave." Then, like a final act of justice, Zendaya drops an envelope on the table: divorce papers. She packs her bag, and as Chris pleads and panics, she tells him the truth: "You never loved me. You loved my paycheck." Then she walks out of the house and out of his control forever. Zendaya moves in with her mother Viola Davis and rebuilds her life from scratch. She gets a small apartment, a full-time position at the hospital, and starts saving again. Not for someone else, but for herself. Her nights are peaceful now, her sleep finally real. Meanwhile, Chris's life unravels. Creditors call. Amber leaves him. His debts choke him. When he shows up at Zendaya's apartment begging for help, she meets his eyes through the door chain and says, "Solve your own problems." Then she closes the door, and with it, the last chapter of her old life. Months later, Zendaya finalizes her divorce. The judge sides with her completely. She keeps the house, the savings, and her freedom. Chris gets nothing but his own mountain of debt. She sells the house that once felt like a prison, donates her old car, and buys a new one with her savings. With Patricia's help, she restarts her degree in physical therapy, reclaiming the dream she once gave up for love. Therapy helps her heal, not just from Chris's manipulation, but from the guilt of loving someone who never deserved her. 6 months later, Zendaya wakes up in her small but sunlit apartment in Seattle. She makes coffee, breathes in the quiet, and smiles. The woman who once worked 4 jobs for a man's mistakes now works 1 job for her own future. She's stronger, wiser, and free. Her phone buzzes, a message from Sandra, "Proud of you." Zendaya replies with a photo of her new diploma. She's not just surviving, she's thriving. The story that began with slavery ends with sovereignty. And as she looks out her window at a new dawn, Zendaya finally whispers the word she's earned. "I'm free."